is the TNH Podcast Network.
So I used to listen to the Planet Mikey show going to bed every night when I was really young.
Yep, me as well. Not every night like you. That's kind of creepy, but...
Well, it was just like on, and I'd like put the radio on when I'm falling asleep.
Yeah,
and it would just be like around the same time, so it'd be the Planet Mikey show. I do know the theme song.
Okay, me too.
Do we want to sing the theme song?
I don't really remember it, but I just remember it vaguely.
This is the Planet Mikey show, the opening theme to Planet Mikey. This is the music that you hear after the
we're
start.
We're all nodding our head at the same time. Yep.
We're almost to the part where Mikey starts to talk. Then it will be the Planet Mikey show.
I'm just Migos. I just do the background.
Did you?
Oh, sir.
Is that what you thought it was?
Yes. The beginning was exactly what I thought it was.
Okay.
I just don't remember going into that much detail. I just remember this is the Planet Mikey show.
I started listening to Mikey Adams' podcast like 2 weeks ago, so yeah.
Shout out, Mikey.
Hey, mark this timestamp. I think this should be an intro clip. That singing you both did, that lovely performance.
That was beautiful.
I think we have like a little chemistry in the singing realm.
Or a duet.
When's the album coming out?
I've always wanted to join a barbershop quartet, so if you can find 2 more guys.
Matt, well, we got one more guy right here.
All right.
And I think we have a 4th in Benjamin Strawbridge, too.
I think you might be right about that.
Perfect. Let's do it.
What is good, everyone? Welcome to the HoopCats podcast on the TNH Podcast Network. Miyamo as Sam Eggert, and I'm here back with the gang. Yanni Kikoris, who was wearing a suit today, and Matt Erb. Boys, how we doing?
Good. That was pretty good Spanish off the top right there.
I don't even speak Spanish, but...
Way to reach out to our Hispanic listeners.
Coming from a Spanish minor, you like to see that. You like to see that a lot.
I took Italian last semester.
Now, did you come into the studio today planning to speak Spanish?
Si. No. I'm not going to lie.
We're a worldwide podcast, so... we like to include all types of listeners who need to hear what we have to say.
To our listeners, if you have anybody that you know abroad in Spain, Italy, Europe, Asia, Africa, Bandcamp can be found out there. So maybe we have a listener in like South Africa or something like that.
Yeah.
We probably do.
I mean, we have listeners everywhere, so that makes sense.
Well, when you're the biggest plus minus podcast this side of the Mississippi, people catch on.
Do we know if our Bandcamp reaches China? We don't know. That's our, I would think, our biggest market, but at the same time, they might have,
You know what? Actually, that raises an interesting question I have on Twitter. Can you guys see our the tweets in the Teenage HoopCats podcast account?
Yes,
I
can.
I can't see them on my regular account because I think that I don't have it's like the 18 and over thing comes up from every tweet from the Teenage HoopCats Twitter.
Weird.
I don't know what the deal is with that, and I don't know why I can't have access to that on my Twitter, but...
So I think we need to find our PR guy and fire him if they're putting 18 and up stuff on our TNH. I don't have a Twitter. I don't know, but I've logged into the Twitter before, and not recently, but it looked pretty good, so... Also,
to Sam's point, I am wearing a suit today. I have headphones on. I feel like I'm sitting courtside right now, and I'm broadcasting this game.
From our position in the studio, the way I'm looking at you, I feel like I'm kind of on the court right now.
Yeah, and I also have my hands, cupped around both sides of my computer. I really feel like I'm broadcasting at the moment.
We got Scal to the left of me, and I'm Kendrick Perkins, so let's see it.
Yeah, we got Scal, Perk, and Kikoris. Sounds like a good new podcast, but this is the better podcast, and on today's podcast, we will be talking about the All-Star break, what we saw from that, some things we did like, some things we really did not like, or that I really did not like. Trae Young exploded Thursday night. Russell Westbrook.
Ooh, hello.
Russell Wilson is on vacation right now. Russell Westbrook exploded in a very different way than Trae Young last night. Klay Thompson kind of laughed at it, which was good. But yeah, Matt, where do you want to start?
I want to say dunk contest, but I know that's going to get into a long conversation. So do you want to do the All-Star game reaction first? So for me, I think it's exactly what we predicted, right? Team Giannis had the lead except for the first quarter. They had the lead most of the time, and then LeBron's team came back. And I don't know if it was better LeBron team defense or not good Giannis offense. I would say the bad team Giannis offense really killed him that game. Kemba Walker didn't shoot well. Giannis was basically put to a stop by Anthony Davis and those folks. So overall, I thought it was a great game. I watched all 4 quarters right from start to end. So I'm really curious. I know Sam said he liked it. So Yanni, tell me what you like.
Yeah, going in, I was big anti-format. I did not like the way they were going to do the format. And after, I can say I did like how it ended up going, even though it did end on a free throw. I thought it was pretty cool the way they did. Like, even specifically, they were tied. So, like, that was kind of cool after 3. They were tied. But game to 24 was pretty sick, especially when you see the teams going shot for shot for shot for shot, competitive. It was cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's hard to complain when the fourth quarter was really competitive and we got real good basketball from that. And I think watching Kawhi Leonard hit 3 after 3, especially him hitting 4 in a row in the beginning of the game, that was really cool. My main criticism of the game itself, Kemba Walker played 29 minutes and he's not playing Friday night against the T-Wolves. Don't know what the deal is with that. Don't know if he needed to play 29 minutes.
Yeah, I just saw he got his left knee drained today.
Yeah.
So, not sure what's going on, but...
Not something we want to see.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
I think Donovan Mitchell could have played a little more. He only played 14 minutes. Let him run point for a little bit.
I know Brandon Ingram just coming off an injury. He only got 9 minutes, but I'm sure that's the reason why he only played 9 minutes.
Exactly, and it's like you expect them to take account for that in the All-Star game.
And Jokic didn't have a lot of minutes either. I don't know if you want to pull that up. I think he only had like 10 or 12.
12 minutes,
Yeah.
2 rebounds, 5 points, 1 assist.
Yeah. How about our terrible 3-point?
We could not have been more off.
Those stunk. Yeah, we stunk at that.
I said Buddy Hield had no chance.
I want to say I remember disagreeing with you on that, but at the same time, I don't remember what I said. So I remember you saying that, and Buddy Hield did shoot well. Now tell us a little bit about Wamp and Wap City and how they're feeling this morning.
Wap City didn't have our best performance, but, we're going to come back and we're going to be stronger. And my buddy Joey Buckets, Joe Harris, didn't have his best performance in the 3-point contest. You hate to see that. He was my heavy favorite to win. He represented Wap City, did a great job. No comment here from Wap City. We're going to enter back in the season, see how we do.
Davis Bertans is a member of Wamp City. We all know that. He did really well. But Devontae Graham...
I believe that was your pick to win. Devontae Graham, yeah.
There's things that should be said. There's things that shouldn't be said. I'm not going to say anything.
Well, I know I picked Trae Young, and I'm feeling the same way you are right now.
All I'm saying is, give me Strawbridge before you give me Graham. That's it.
I don't know if I'd go that far. But then again, I have not seen Strawbridge on the court, so maybe he's a baller and we just don't know about it. But Devontae, looking more like a Wap City guy than a Wamp City guy after that performance.
Well, don't commit my guys. We're just going to refrain from that. Thank you.
Wamp City's holding tryouts. Paul Pierce, you're invited. Ray Allen, you're invited. Yeah, maybe not Ray Allen.
No, Ray Allen's Wap City. We'll take Ray.
Reggie Miller's part of Wamp City.
He's all right, yeah.
Larry Bird, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wamp City. Wamp.
Those guys are Wamp City guys, yeah. I wouldn't put them in Wap at all.
I heard that Peja Stojakovic is trying to join Team Wap.
Where does Aaron Baines stand in the debate?
He's on your team, whatever that may be.
Okay, good. I wanted him anyway.
So Matt, there's Wap City, which is mayored by Yanni Kokoris. Wamp City, where I'm the CEO. What's going on?
You know what? Let me get back to you because we're still looking for names. I have some ideas in mind, but they may not be appropriate for FDIC radio.
Can I give you one?
Yes, I'll take suggestions, absolutely.
What about Duty City?
Duty City. That's awfully mean of you. And it had disrespect the GOAT Aaron Baines, who had the highest 3-point percentage in the 2018 playoffs. That's disrespectful.
I don't know. Duty City. It sounds like a good name to me. Yanni, what do you think?
Blasphemy out of your mouth, disrespecting the GOAT.
I got to see your members before I need a name. I need a collection of genuine men who are ready to participate in this environment. And once I get that list, I can make my final decision.
All right, I'll give you some names, but let me ask you this. Are the players exclusive? Like, are your players, I can't have any of your players? Or do you guys share players?
If you're on Wamp City, you're on Wamp City until I release you.
Okay, so I'm thinking Marcus Smart, Russell Westbrook, Aaron Baines.
Marcus Smart's not a Duty.
Ben Simmons. Well, it's not Duty City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was just a recommendation, but yeah, my bad.
Don't disrespect Marcus Smart.
I would never disrespect Marcus Smart. I would have claimed him for Wamp City, but you claimed him for whatever your team name is going to be, so you got him.
And then 2 more, Thaddeus Young and Joakim Noah.
Ooh.
You want to explain Joakim Noah? You want to explain that selection?
I do. He's been making the rounds recently. He's a member of a town that is still yet to be named, but by the end of the podcast, we'll save it for the end of the podcast, and I'll reveal the name of the city.
We can't forget. All right, don't forget that.
Okay, deal.
So moving on from the 3-point shootout, the skills competition. It's so stupid.
Just skip it.
It's like, why are we doing that?
Talk about it. It's not even fun.
I'll be honest. I missed the beginning of the All-Star game because I was at a hockey game. The All-Star Saturday night. Did they do the shooting stars this year?
They don't do that anymore, no.
I liked the shooting stars.
I used to love the shooting stars when they would just shoot half-court shots until they made it. That was sick.
I love seeing the WNBA players. I love when they get more recognition. I love seeing the random legend, whoever it is, who's kind of out of shape. Although, who was it? Was it Charles Oakley or in the celeb game, Matt?
Can't remember.
Ooh, I can't remember.
No, it wasn't Oakley. It was Horace Grant. Horace Grant and Nate Robinson came in.
Correct.
Yeah, that was fun. I like seeing the old guys play. I'm glad they didn't do the old man three-point shootout that they did last year with like Ray Allen, who couldn't hit anything.
And Del Curry,
he didn't shoot well. I think Mark Price would do well if they brought him in this year, but I'm not in charge of that, so it's not really my decision. But yeah, the skills challenge was just not worth watching.
Not even worth talking about. Not even worth the words out of my stupid mouth.
So the dunk, or Matt?
Well, no, I want to say that it was by far, I think, the least entertaining part of All-Star Weekend, but I still enjoyed watching it. But am I going to text you guys and talk about it? No way. That's not worth the words.
Maybe if Tatum won.
I would rather have my eyes pinned open and strapped down in a chair and continually watch Bad Bunny basketball highlights rather than watch the skills competition.
It's going to be a short video if you're looking at highlights.
Oh, it's on repeat. It's on repeat. Don't worry. All right. Let's do dunk. I'm excited.
So this is a big subject, and we got a clip of this on Instagram where I think we all kind of agreed that the judgment system is flawed. And once again this year, it hurt the product again. Because how many rounds did they have? 4 rounds of the finals? It's like, what are we doing,
You can't give a 50 for some of these dunks. Like, I love Dwight Howard. I get it. His dunk was a Kobe tribute too, pulled off the Superman chest 24. But if you're telling me that over the backboard lob was a 50, are you kidding? His first dunk was way better than that. Very underrated. His first dunk was very good. That got, I think, a 37 maybe, something like that. It was high 30s.
I believe a 41.
Was it 41? Low 40s? Okay. Well, that dunk was very underrated. All he did for the other one was an over the backboard lob. I mean, I could throw that in my intramural game, and I'm not getting a 50 for the dunk contest.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to the same thing we talked about. Like, a lot of the dunks are amazing. Yeah, figure skating, they're not giving up perfect scores. I understand that there's a lot more prep that goes into it. That's the whole sport. I understand that. One Bite Pizza reviews, there's no such thing as a perfect slice. But, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And unless the goal is to have more dunks than are originally on the docket, then sure, keep doing it this way. But Aaron Gordon was visibly frustrated, not because he lost as much, but mainly because he was doing all these extra dunks really for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, we can't be mad about that because we already know that was flawed. Like, this isn't new. This is new information.
Yeah, we know it's flawed, but this just confirmed it. This confirmed that they need to change
it absolutely did. And I personally thought Aaron Gordon got robbed. I thought he should have won. I think there should be a cumulative part of it too. He got all 50s except that last part where he got a 47. Don't get me wrong, Derek Jones Jr.
The cumulative point. That's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, like, how can you go? Let's use quotations. How can you go perfect for 5 dunks and then get a little, like a 47, which is still very good, and then lose too?
That boils down the dunk contest to just being a one dunk contest, really, if that's the case.
I feel like they probably, if that dunk that Aaron Gordon did over Taco Fall was, the first or second dunk he did, that would have gotten to 50, but they didn't want to continue it anymore. So Scottie Pippen's boomer ass just gave him a 9. Dwayne Wade didn't want any part of someone not on the Heat winning, so he just gave him a 9 too. Simple as that.
So we've got a flawed scoring system. We've got bias. I mean, what more could be going wrong with the dunk contest?
Right. And you hate to see that, but I mean, we got to touch on the right of the dunk contest. Aaron Gordon had the sickest dunk I have ever seen in my life. The off the side of the backboard 360 like scoop dunk that he had, which was a mimic of the dunk that he did where the mascot for the Magic was on the swagway and was spinning and he like caught it and like kind of tomahawk 360 whatever he did. He did that off the glass. That was so sick. He didn't get it the first time, but when he got it, I jumped out of my seat, ran outside and jumped in the snow. Except I didn't run outside and jump in the snow. I just jumped out of my seat.
You know what, let me just tell you this. I can name 5 judges that would have done better than those guys. How about Samuel Eggert or Yanni Kokoris? Stephen A. Smith, Jackie McMullen, Rachel Nichols, Brian Windhorst, any of those people.
Maybe not Rachel Nichols. But
you don't like Rachel Nichols?
No.
Okay. Then put Brian Windhorst, Jackie McMullen, Stephen A. Smith, Sam Eggert, Yanni Kokoris. Now that's a panel I can get with.
Just Jackie McMullen makes that the best panel ever.
Oh, yeah, she's a beast.
She's one of my favorite writers ever, and I got the chance to meet her last year.
Also, did we talk last week about Pat Connaughton being a little creative? I kind of liked his dunks. That might have just been me and my friends, but I thought Pat Connaughton, for his undersize and lack of ability to dunk the basketball, I thought he was creative with his dunks. Like his second dunk where he touched the glass before, I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't deserve 50, but that was cool.
Last year, he probably would have won. But this year, Aaron Gordon, Derek Jones, it's hard to beat those guys. And you literally have to rob Aaron Gordon to beat him.
The dunk over Giannis that Connaughton had, I didn't really like, because you look for a smooth finish on dunk contest dunks, and that didn't have one.
So, on to Matt's point, Aaron Gordon said pre-dunk contest he was going to be done with dunk contests after this dunk contest. After receiving his second robbery, and now has the most robberies of all time in dunk contests, will he come back? Is the third time the charm? Do we know?
I'm going to say no. I think he's done. I think the Zach LaVine one could have gone either way. I wouldn't use the word robbed because they were both very talented, but I think he was robbed this one. I think he went all out on Derek Jones Jr. Not to take anything away from Derek Jones Jr., but if I were Aaron Gordon, I'd just no.
Yeah, I thought Gordon was great. Still not a fan of those alternate orange and gray uniforms for the Magic.
You don't like those?
No.
I thought they were kind of cool.
It just, I'm critical of teams when they have a totally different colorway and they're alternate.
Yeah,
jerseys.
Orlando doesn't scream orange to me.
At all.
No, I stick with anything Disney. And that you literally win. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, they could have like Mickey Mouse themed uniforms, and I would like that a little more, but I don't really like Disney, so I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that.
Is there a chance that we could somehow get like professional dunkers in the dunk contest? Or do you think that would not be beneficial?
The whole point of the dunk contest
Is NBA.
is NBA.
Correct.
So there's your answer.
I think it'd be sick though if they competed against professional dunkers.
In the summer.
Maybe like a side. I don't know. If I could
That could
see
be a
those
summer
guys,
event.
If I could see those guys do dunks, like maybe they have like their own little side contest, I think that'd be fresh. Just like shake it up. Because like you see some of these guys on like Instagram, Twitter with like the craziest dunks. Like even seeing one of those live would just be like, whoa, NBA, listen to us.
I don't think any NBA player would agree to do that, though.
No, I don't think so either. But maybe if there was just like a side, like, all right, now we're bringing this guy out for one dunk. Like maybe get the crowd going a little bit, give the guys a break.
That'd be cool. Little intermission, like you bring out the bone collector of dunking, whoever that may be.
Yeah, and then basically just show that there are dunks that are better than the dunks that are going on, and you shouldn't give a 50 to Akko Fall, who just dunks the ball into a hoop.
They just need decimals. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. I'm so hung up over that.
I just don't understand, because they sit behind the panel, and they must have just like a screen that says 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that's probably just on the screen. How do you not have a screen that's just like a keyboard with like, oh, type in the number that you want?
You go 8.9, 9.3. It's like so easy.
I know. It's crazy. I don't get it.
And all these people who are judging are very capable of doing that.
Still entertaining, though, besides the judging, I thought was the key takeaway.
I agree.
It's bold. Bold.
Do you disagree?
It was a good weekend. No, it was fun. I had a good time. I saw good clips with Deuce. I was watching Deuce highlights before this podcast to get myself going. Deuce is an icon in the basketball world. Not only at TD Garden, he's now an icon in the basketball world. So
he is starting to catch on. Really,
it makes me happy as a father to see that. So I like that. Yeah,
you should be proud.
Yeah,
I think you're
like father of Jason Tatum, who raised Deuce, obviously, but I raised Jason Tatum. For those who don't know, I'm Deuce's grandfather. So it's just good to see.
What does he call you again?
Grand Deuce Dad.
Grand Deuce Dad?
Yeah, Pa.
That's why I
Grand
thought.
Deuce
Grand Deuce Dad Pa. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Grand Deuce Dad Pa. That was kind of good off the top of my head. Wow. Clean. I'm just kidding. Deuce calls me that all the time, not off the top of my head. Anyways, go Deuce.
Deuce has shown a little bit of ball handling ability.
You saw that?
Saw that? Yeah. I think I sent you that. Didn't I send you that video?
You did send me that. Yeah.
Just dribbling around. It's like
that was part of the highlight clip. Yep.
Who do you think has better handles right now? Him or Gordon Hayward's daughter?
Ooh, Bernie.
Bernie, yeah.
Yeah, Bernie's pretty good. I'll give her that. But Bernie's like 4, so I'll give her the age advantage. No one takes down Deuce in his Deuce here, though. Nobody.
That's fair.
Nobody.
I think a 2-year-old Bernie probably doesn't have as good handles as Deuce.
Not a
2-year-old
chance.
Deuce.
Not a chance.
But right now, Bernie is leaps and bounds.
Bernie's great. Yeah. Bernie's got it going on.
She's doing well.
You know, if we're talking about Deuce so much, I think I'd personally rather have Deuce as the vice president of the Players Association right now over the incumbent. Let's just say.
I also would rather have Deuce as just like the vice president or the president of the United States if we could like do that. I don't know how that works, but that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How is Kyrie, like, who is agreeing to that? Is it sympathy for him having issues? Like, what is going on? Why can't it be someone who's level-headed?
I really want to give Kyrie the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what? Let's see what you can do. We know you've made errors. We know you've made mistakes, but let's give him a chance. And the minute he gets him, oh man, it's just like the irony. Just like Dwight Howard going back to the Lakers at the time. Like, just the irony of that.
But that worked out.
It worked out, absolutely. So, I don't know. We'll see. I want to give Kyrie Irving a chance. I really do.
You have to. And I'm thinking that maybe part of the reason why they decided to have Kyrie take that role is because he's so player first and he's not team oriented by any means. That, I mean, like, for the Players Association, that kind of makes sense because he's just trying to do what's best for the players and kind of screw over the teams because that's what he does.
He loves just sucking. So.
Yeah, he just loves sucking the life out of a team. It's kind of like the Red Sox right now.
Yeah, well, that's a story for another time.
I kind of want to talk about it, though, just how much I hate them.
We can't.
I think I'm a Padres fan now. I know it's a basketball podcast, but
it's too much of a discussion. It's not even that it's baseball. I think it's just too much. I think I'd be too frustrated. I can't even. No, it makes me throw up, like puke.
I'm in the studio looking at Yanni. He almost just yoked it.
Yeah, all over my computer. It was gross. Like blood.
Do you need like a napkin?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But like a trash bag, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Yanni's now gagging in the corner, but now, Sam, try to answer this question with the least amount of words as possible. What part of the Red Sox is getting you the most annoyed? Because I'm curious, because I don't know a lot about baseball. Is it John Henry? Is it the organization? Is it Mookie Betts? Is it the Houston Astros, for all we know? Like, who is it?
The owners.
That was good. Good synopsis. I like that. I don't even know what synopsis... I'm going to say this right now. I don't know what synopsis means. I say it way too much for not knowing what it means.
It's funny you bring that up because...
Way too much.
In my group message with my friends, I don't remember what I said. Oh, yeah, there was an article that we published in the New Hampshire about the Student Senate and the sexual harassment that's been going on there at the Student Senate of UNH. Luckily, it's been solved. One of my friends goes, "Can someone give me a synopsis?" And then another friend goes, "What's a synopsis?" And then he's like, "Just kidding, I know what that is." But we all know that he does not know what it is.
Is it just like a summary? Like quick summary?
Yeah, it's like a brief overview.
Okay, because I use that word way too much. So
I think a word we don't use enough that kind of reminds me of synopsis is soliloquy. I love that word.
Matt, what's a soliloquy?
I don't know that one either.
It's kind of like, Sam, if just your rant on the dunk contest and how the judges should be worked, that's a soliloquy. It's just a long, speech about not necessarily long, but like a short speech about something.
Yeah, similar to a monologue.
Yeah, it just sounds like a funnier word to me.
All right, I'm just going to say this about the Red Sox owners. They expect to be liked, but they're the least likable people, I think, since like Donald Sterling in terms of owning teams, because the only thing that they're not, and they might be, is racist. You trade away Mookie Betts. I know it's a basketball podcast, but I got to say this.
No, because I'm genuinely interested, because New England is blessed with great sports teams. The Celtics, the Patriots, Robert Kraft, great owner. I'm blanking on who the owner of the Celtics is, but he's great too.
Grossbeck.
He's great too. Don't know a lot about Bruins, but it seems like they're great. It just seems like the Red Sox. So, three great sports teams in the greater Boston area is a good thing. Why can't the Red Sox just take advice from these people?
Because they think that they're liked, and they think that they should be liked, but in reality, John Henry bought the Boston Globe. Okay?
Yep.
He created a conflict of interest between the Boston Globe and the Red Sox and NESN and WEEI, where it's watering down the content that those formerly good media outlets provided. And now nobody listens. When's the last time any of you listened to WEEI?
Probably when I was like 9 in the car with my dad.
I don't have evidence, but I can't say I ever have. Maybe I did, I just didn't know it, but I've never gone out of my way.
So I used to listen to the Planet Mikey show going to bed every night when I was really young.
Yep, me as well. Not every night like you. That's kind of creepy, but...
Well, it was just like on, and I'd like put the radio on when I'm falling asleep.
Yeah,
and it would just be like around the same time, so it'd be the Planet Mikey show. I do know the theme song.
Okay, me too.
Do we want to sing the theme song?
I don't really remember it, but I just remember it vaguely.
This is the Planet Mikey show, the opening theme to Planet Mikey. This is the music that you hear after the
we're
start
all
and
nodding our
before
head
the
at the
show.
same time. Yep.
We're almost to the part where Mikey starts to talk. Then it will be the Planet Mikey show.
I'm just Migos. I just do the background.
Did you?
Oh, sir.
Is that what you thought it was?
Yes. The beginning was exactly what I thought it was.
Okay.
I just don't remember going into that much detail. I just remember this is the Planet Mikey show.
I started listening to Mikey Adams' podcast like 2 weeks ago, so yeah.
Shout out Mikey.
Hey, mark this timestamp. I think this should be an intro clip. That singing you both did, that lovely performance.
That was beautiful.
I think we have like a little chemistry in the singing realm.
Or a duet.
When's the album coming out?
I've always wanted to join a barbershop quartet, so if you can find 2 more guys.
Matt, well, we got one more guy right here.
All right.
And I think we have a fourth in Benjamin Strawbridge, too.
I think you might be right about that.
Perfect. Let's do it.
So back to my rant. 2 things I want to say. I talked about the conflict of interest, John Henry buying these organizations that cover his teams, watering down that content, making them really unlikable because they kind of control the media around them. You trade away Mookie Betts, who is really a model citizen, one of the best people that's ever been in the Red Sox organization, MVP, World Series champion, not much more you can ask for him, deserves the money. You take in Alex Verdugo, who has, do you guys know the story?
Yeah, isn't he like slightly injured or something?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Matt, I think I told you about this.
Maybe. I don't know. Again.
He was involved in like a sexual harassment scandal where it was him, Julio Urias, and another minor league baseball player were drinking with a couple of women who, for whatever reason, there's a 17-year-old runaway girl who was hanging out with them too, got way too hammered, ended up passing out on the bed, got beaten up by the 2 women, and then got fondled by the 3rd minor league player whose name I don't remember off the top of my head. And apparently, we know Verdugo was there. Whether or not he recorded it or not, we don't know, but there's rumors that he may have done that. And then, like, everything got brushed under the rug because it's like a baseball thing, and like that's kind of where the sport's at, where they're just scumbags and they're doing things to kind of make you not see what's actually happening and not kind of apologizing for their bad things. But yeah, the Red Sox brought in a scumbag to replace the best player we've had since like Pedro Martinez. And then you add on to that Tom Warner. You know what show he produced for a really long time? Any guesses?
Is it like a TV show?
Yeah, it's a TV show, and I'll give you one hint.
Can you give me the network it was on?
I don't remember, but the star of the show is in jail right now, I'll tell you that, for raping women.
Is it the O.J. Simpson show?
No, it's the Cosby Show.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Tom Warner.
How the hell did I say O.J. Simpson?
Tom Warner produced the Cosby Show for a long time. If you're going to tell me he didn't know about what was going on, that's a lie. He obviously knew what was going on. He didn't say shit. So those are the kind of people we're dealing with for the Red Sox organization. I don't like them. You know, the Globe will trash Robert Kraft and treat it like it's the biggest story of all time just because you got a handy in a consensual way. Although, like, maybe that... Obviously, the massage parlor, like, they were doing illegal things, but, like, everything was consensual. It's frustrating. There's so many reasons not to like the Red Sox. I can't think of a reason to like the Red Sox right now. They got rid of Brock Holt, brought in Jose Peraza. Jose Peraza hit, like, $213 last season. Brock Holt hit, like, $300. Brock Holt's getting paid only $250,000 more than Jose Peraza. It's nauseating.
Yeah, and this because I know basketball is more of a players-driven league, and baseball seems to be more of a GM owner kind of like. I don't know a lot. That's what I've been hearing. I know football is more of like a coaching kind of league. The way I understand it is, if we make a basketball-related podcast, the Bucks just traded away Giannis Antetokounmpo and another player for basically just draft prospects, right? Like, I mean, they drafted away arguably a top 5 player in baseball, the best, second best, third best, whoever, in Mookie Betts for basically just not wanting to pay him.
Yeah, they traded him because they didn't want to pay him, and they got in return a douchebag and a couple of prospects.
I'm going to say it again. I don't know a lot of baseball, but that does not seem worth it.
Yanni, do you think that seems worth it?
No, I already said I'm too frustrated with the Red Sox to comment. So
yeah, let's move back to
basketball.
basketball.
Just gonna jump into the Red Sox when I see them, and wait till opening day to actually address that I hate them.
Yeah, so. I really might be a Padres fan come baseball season.
I think my dad would shoot me in the mouth, so I can't do that. But
my brother's in San Diego.
Oh, gotcha.
So I got that. Man, dark days. Dark days. So Matt, on a lighter note, Trae Young last night, he had a really good game.
A really good game? Buddy.
What?
Did you watch the game? Did you see anything from the game?
I saw a little bit. I saw like a couple highlights.
Do you know how many points he scored?
10.
Half of 100. He scored half of 100 points.
10 times 5.
Yeah. Half of 100. That's a lot. You know how many 40-plus point games he has in his 2-year career?
Enlighten me.
11. You know how many the rest of his draft class has?
I'm gonna guess 1.
8.
8?
Correct. 8. That's less than 11. Trae Young.
From last year's draft class.
Yes.
40
well, you gotta account for Luka.
40-point games?
Yeah.
Luka, okay.
Yeah. I think he has like 3 or 4.
Bagley doesn't have any.
Nope. I think I'm just throwing 8 out there. It might be 6, but I know it's less than 11. I think it's 6.
Yeah, well, Trae Young's a great scorer, but if it is 6 or 7, I think Luka has like 6 or 7. So like I can't. Who else in that draft? Jaren Jackson Jr. I think has one.
He might.
I think he has 1 or 2. But other than that, who's who?
Does Colin Sexton? I feel like he exploded once.
He might have 1. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Like you don't remember it off the top of your head, but one of those guys might have had 40, just like randomly.
Devontae Graham scored 40. I know that.
So there you go. Like just random moments of 40.
Shake Milton's
Regardless,
not scored
Trae
40
Young.
yet.
Trae Young, more than all of them. He's going to be the best scorer out of that draft class. For a guy who was going to be a bust, for a guy who I loved out of high school and then hated him in college because he had too much hype, and then hated him when he went to the NBA, and now like his hype's dying down a little bit, but he's sick. He's so sick. I used to love him in high school. He was a beast. You hate to see it. You just hate to see him be that good.
I know, it's tough, especially as a Celtics fan, I guess. I don't really know.
He's going to be the MVP one day, so just be ready.
You think he will?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, he's already better than Steph was at his age. That's what Steph's age when Trae Young. You know what I'm saying. I didn't express the.
Yeah, but Steph was hurt. And he was playing with Monte Ellis, who was a ball hog. So there's that.
That is true. This is Trae's team. There's no doubt about it.
Also, if
through
you
and
look
through.
at like his rankings NBA wise, he's like 2nd in points per game, 3rd in like assists. He's basically in the top 10 in like 7 different stats, and he is a sophomore in the league. That's sick.
So Capella, well, he is out for a couple weeks. Do you think that they'll be able to make a real push when he comes back?
Not a chance. But I think next year they're going to be good. This year, no chance.
I think they're going to maybe win more games than they'll lose in these last 30, maybe, if we're lucky, because Trae Young got some real defense now. He got Capella, John Collins back. It's a good starting lineup. So they won't make the playoffs, obviously, and that's more next year. But this Hawks team is definitely a very fun team to watch.
I'm excited. We had a lot of young talent in this league. A lot.
That is the truth, full and full. Yeah, so anything else you guys want to talk about today?
I mean, we don't have a lot of basketball, sadly, because we only had 6 games last night, 5 games.
Yeah, so let's
We've
do
taken a week off.
let's do a little prediction, I guess, for Celtics tonight.
Yeah, I like that.
C's versus T-Wolves.
Also, one thing before we do the predictions, the
Yeah.
Sixers suck, just for anyone out there who cared. They got booed at their home court last night because they actually stink out loud. So,
And the Philly fans know it.
yeah, you hate to see it.
Joel Embiid, a little bit of a duty. He should be on team duty. And Matt, you got to be thinking of your team name because we're getting near the end of the podcast.
I have a name. And it's not Duty City. And if you ever call it my city that again, I'm gonna have to take a leave of absence from the podcast.
That's how
A
you'll
paid leave of absence, though.
Absolutely. I'm not.
So you'll respond to me trashing you by just not showing up. Is that what you're saying, and not getting your word on the street?
Absolutely. I don't need anyone trashing Fap City.
It's the coward's way out. Fap City.
Fap City.
Yanni, what do we think?
Marcus Smart, Ben Simmons, Russell Westbrook,
Fap City.
Joakim Noah, and I forgot the other 2 people.
I think I'd rather be called Duty City than Fap City.
It's Fap City. It's absolutely Fap City.
FAP or FAB?
FAP.
FAP, yes.
Yeah, Yanni. It's kind of weak.
I don't know.
It's not Wamp.
It's a weak team, so.
Have you ever heard like fapping threes? Is that a thing? Like,
No.
I've
Not
never
once.
heard.
Let me
of
tell you something. Yanni's a part of Fap City, and he just doesn't want to admit it. Joakim Noah and these boys, Marcus Smart, the leader, Marcus Smart, and that was my first round draft steal. Like Marcus Smart is clearly the leader of the team. Ben Simmons, Russell Westbrook, Joakim Noah. I can't remember I'm gonna have to look back in the podcast and remember. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, because I see him through the glass right there, Benjamin Strawbridge is a part of Fap City too.
Ben Strawbridge is here. Is this Ben Strawbridge
Making
is
his way
walking
in.
into
Yep.
the studio right now? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, yeah.
Is Ben Strawbridge in the studio?
Ben Strawbridge has entered the chat.
Ben, how are you?
I'm good. I literally just walked in. How are you guys?
We're doing well. Doing great. You can't complain.
Things are good on the podcast. We're nearing the end.
The weather's nice inside, so.
Yeah, it's nice in here. It's not raining. But Ben, we need your opinion on something. Or Matt, you got something to say? Or?
No, continue.
So you know how I'm Wamp City, Yanni's Wap City. Matt's got a new name for his team. It's Fap City. What are your
Oh,
thoughts?
no. Matt, really? You're calling it Fap City?
Ben, I sent you an invite on LinkedIn for Fap City. and you
I
haven't
just have
accepted
to
yet.
wonder, Matt. I know you're a very creative person at times, but why do you call yours Fap City? What's the inspiration?
Just for some A live update. Ben's on LinkedIn right now accepting Matt's invitation.
Yes, as he should.
All right, so glad he's a member of Wap City.
No, wait.
That's a
Where do
solid-
I find your invitation? I don't see your invitation.
Refresh your page.
Well, which page? Is it network or is it notifications or what?
Try both. I don't know. I just sent it. Ben, we're live. I'll help you out
Maybe
later.
You don't have Wi-Fi. Yeah, your Wi-Fi might not be good. So
Yeah, I'll check it when I get home.
All right.
I'll check it again.
I can't find it on here, and I would highly advise you change the name of it just because people might get the wrong idea.
Ben, are you going to accept the invitation or not?
I will, but
Okay, that's all I needed to hear. You're going to be joining the likes of Ben Simmons, Russell Westbrook, Marcus Smart, Thaddeus Young, Joakim Noah, Christian Wood.
don't forget your captain. Don't forget your captain who started this all.
Did I say Marcus Smart?
Aaron Balake, Aaron Baines.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget the GOAT, Aaron Baines? Yes, absolutely. Aaron Baines. Ben, you're in good company.
Ben, I don't think you're in good company, but what do you think?
I'm just trying to figure out what the logic behind your lineup is. I know Yanni's all about swag, Sam's about performance. So, what's your distinguishing feature?
How about grit and grind? The motto at Wap City is we're all about the Fap. And there's no one more Fap than Joakim Noah.
Well, when you put grind in front of it, I'm pretty sure it fits. So,
Oh, did I say grind? I meant grime.
Grit and grime. Yeah, the Team Fap's pretty grimy. I cannot disagree on that, but yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
I think we can all agree that Wamp City's the best of the three by a significant amount. Nobody's going to argue that.
You know what?
It's pretty set in stone.
Some point in
A lot of people
the
agree with me.
future, we're gonna hop on 2K on the PS4, and you're gonna pick your starting five from Wamp City. I'm gonna pick my starting five from Wap City. We're gonna duke it out and see what happens.
That's fine by me. We will do that.
I don't think Wap City would lose, so we're fine.
Last I checked, Davis Bertans did better than anybody you picked for the 3-point shootouts. I don't really know. You can just kind of make of what you will from that. But let's talk about the Celtics game for a little bit. Celtics versus T-Wolves. You'll probably hear unless Ben gets his podcast up today, you'll probably be hearing about our predictions for a game that has already happened. So Ben, what do you have to say to that?
well, fortunately, I don't have to leave Durham early today, so there's a higher probability that I will be able to get the podcast up by tonight, though no guarantees. My brother is very unpredictable, and he is not the best communicator at times, so do not put any grains of salt on that, please.
Is your brother a producer for this podcast?
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't use salt.
No, he is not a producer of the podcast. He is an occasional listener, though, and if you are listening to this, thank you for tuning in, bro. And also, before we get to the Celtics thing, I just want to let you know we are revamping the YouTube channel. We are currently in the process of rendering whole new videos for all of Season 2 up to this point, and they'll be up very soon up on the YouTube channel. So, on with the predictions, and keep in mind, depending on when this goes up, these might be retroactive predictions.
I don't even want to make the prediction anymore because I don't know if it's going to be up tonight.
Radioactive!
What the hell was that?
Who was gonna?
I don't know. He said,
What was that?
Ben said retroactive, so it got me in the, what's that song?
Radioactive.
Radioactive!
Yeah, for those who don't know, Yanni's a really big Imagine Dragons guy. It's his
I
favorite
guess,
band.
at least today.
At least, yeah, today he's just locked into
There's a
Imagine
lot
Dragons.
of singing on this podcast today. I hope the viewers don't mind.
You know, a little too much, maybe not enough, but I think that's a good spot to wrap up the podcast.
Wait, can I just ask Ben one more thing?
Ask it.
So Ben mentioned the YouTube channel, as he'll soon find out when editing this podcast, that there was a lot of Spanish going on. Will there be Spanish subtitles on the YouTube channel?
I barely passed Spanish with a B-, so no. But I would encourage you guys to just at least make your predictions right now, and if we don't get to them, if it's too late, then I could just splice them out of the podcast.
Celtics win.
Celtics are going to win.
Yeah, Celtics are going to win.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Teenage HoopCats podcast. Big shout out to our producer, Benjamin Strawbridge. Shout out to Miguel Euler Castillo for the music. Yanni, Matt, always great talking to you guys.
Always a pleasure. I do my best to enlighten everyone and anyone and everyone else.
Good night.
That's my line. All right, so our predictions now for the Spurs versus the Jazz, because we're going to have to re-end the podcast now because Matt ruined it. Yanni.
Come on, the Jazz, obviously.
Yeah, the Jazz are going to win.
Good night. Oh, we're not doing the ending?
No, we're not doing the ending.
The Spurs, because Aaron Baines once played them.
Go, Jazz, go.
All right, so, yeah. Good night.
Oh, well done. Well done. Well said. Adios.
Matt, try it.
Good night.